For the past 3 years, PTL has been partnering with Dollar Energy Fund for Cool Down for Warmth. The goal is to help families struggling to pay for utilities, especially in these cold winter months. Tomorrow, PTL's live show kicks off outside our station, and I'm outside right now. The ice desk is underway behind me. A lot of the crews are working to set this up. But I'm here now with the Director of Student Support Services at Pittsburgh Public Schools, Carrie Woodard. She's here to talk specifically about how the cold and having no heat at home can really impact our students. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk specifically about these kids and some of their schoolwork. When they're going home to a house with no heat, they're cold at home, how does this impact the assignments that they have, studying in particular?
Sure. Well, of course, physically challenging. It's going to be extremely difficult to concentrate and to maintain motivation. If your body is physically just trying to get warm, that's really just what your body is trying to do. So it's going to be really hard to concentrate on homework and the tasks at hand.
And we know that this cold and, the issues at home with that can come to school with the kids as well.
Yes, absolutely. Not having heat in the home can affect their sleep, of course, and you're tired at school. Again, you're not going to be able to concentrate very well, and you're not going to be very motivated.
Does it impact their attendance? Can you talk about that? Because I imagine some of this is going to spill over.
Yes, absolutely. It affects attendance, and that's really important to be in school every day so that you're not missing out on your academics, you're not missing out on those, important lessons and assessments and things like that.
We talk a lot on this show on Talk Pittsburgh about mental health and well-being, and I can only imagine the burden that those kids are carrying when they know that their parents may not be able to afford heat.
Of course, there's a lot of additional stressors that would, of course, come with no heat in the home, but I think it would also affect, their social relationships and just being able to have friends over and things like that. Mental health and social isolation mental health and social isolation are very interwoven.
Absolutely. We were talking before because in your role in helping a lot of these kids, identifying these kids, how does that even start?
Well, school counselors, what we're supposed to do is have a very welcoming, inclusive environment at school so that our students feel comfortable coming to their school counselors and talking about the stressors that they might be experiencing at home. But school counselors also have very good relationships with teachers. So teachers are the ones that are spending the most time with those students, and they can be identifying, if students are experiencing, fatigue, or they're starting to be withdrawn, a sudden change in academics, sudden change in attendance, they can bring that to the school counselor. The school counselor can connect with the families and see what's going on so that they can connect them with the resources that they need to be successful.
It has to be hard knowing that you guys have to step in and be part of all of this, but it's something that you take great pride in.
Yes, absolutely. And our school counselors and social workers at Pittsburgh Public are some of the best, and they're really there to engage with our families and help. So we want to know if something's going on.
Do you find that, especially, as we enter those preteen and teenage years, that some kids may be more reluctant to speak up if they are in need of help?
Yeah, we do see that the older that they get, because, teenagers feel like they can solve problems on their own. But again, with a supportive and inclusive and welcoming environment at school, we're hoping that those relationships can, maintain.
What do you think about our ice desk? It's coming along.
Oh, it's so fun, but it's cold out here.
It does, though, set the tone, though. We can have a little bit of fun with bringing some attention to this. But again, we know that there are so many families that need these services.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Carrie, thank you so much for joining us today. And you see me holding the Pittsburgh Today Live mic flag right here. And that's because this is really something that we take great pride in being part of across the board between PTL and Talk Pittsburgh. And we wanted to bring you just a little bit of this today. But tune in tomorrow to Pittsburgh Today Live for the Dollar Energy Fund's 10th annual Cool Down for Warmth. It's powered by Dynergy, and David and I will be outside at this ice desk for the whole show as we learn more about the impact of a lack of utilities on local families. You can make a donation by phone from 9 a.m. to 5 or online. We're going to have more information as well online as well, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. We have a whole lot more coming your way here today on Talk Pittsburgh. Don't go anywhere. We have a bunch of surprises coming your way.